I'm Will, and I'm going to talk about the
future of the electric grid.
The utility pole. Not much has changed about this relic of the past, and you shouldn't expect that it will. Outages, like the ones after the recent winter storm in the Northeast, may be expensive, and Brian Williams may think that the outages will continue until we bury those lines, but those are expensive changes to make. But what else can we do to keep the outages short? This will be addressed later in the video. First, we have to talk about what the grid is now. The electric grid currently consists of large-scale power generation far from loads. Utilities complain about how difficult it is to manage renewables on the system. Homeowners don't know how much energy they use, and there's little communication with the utilities, yet they seem to have little choice but to stay on the grid. And the transportation sector promises to be a burden as well. Some experts believe that the addition of only a couple electric cars charging in a neighborhood could overload the system at that level. This shows an outline of the energy usage over 1 week. There's a lot of energy being used in the middle of the day as people go to work, commercial retailers turn on the lights, and factories start making things. There's always some power being used. Coal and nuclear power generally make up this base load, with sources such as natural gas making up the difference. This is a picture of the Black Dog Power Plant in Bloomington. It actually was my neighbor for a while, and it's also one of the top polluters in Minnesota. But coal is still being used because it is cheap, abundant, and reliable. Coal is very popular in Midwest states such as Ohio and Indiana. It also provides most of the generation in North Dakota, where it is a natural resource, and in Minnesota too. Both states, however, have a significant capacity for renewables such as wind. We do have a lot of wind turbines in Minnesota, but we can have a lot more. One of the challenges it poses is consistent supply of energy. It isn't as good of a base load as coal. Storage of energy that comes from wind and solar is vital to the future grid. Large-scale hydro can be used as storage. Research is being done to make big batteries at the base of wind turbines. And when it comes to the home, this may not be obvious, but these are a little out of date as well. Homeowners can take over a portion of their power generation. It is possible. A bunch of neighbors could get together and put up wind turbines or solar panels, like people used to do with barns. That's how innovative engineers got this wind project done. You don't have to go off the grid completely in order to save money on your energy bill. Instead, you just become another part of the grid, helping to generate power to offset peak loading. Businesses and shopping centers can also participate in this way by putting solar panels in their parking lots or on their roofs. With the addition of renewables on the grid and the willingness of homeowners and businesses to sell electricity back to the electric companies, many sites of this distributed generation may require power electronics interfaces in the home so that it can be assured that the power going back onto the grid is 120 volts and 60 hertz. Homeowners also can participate in storage, and electric vehicles may be the most effective resource coming. They are essentially sitting battery packs when they are charging, and a smart grid will incorporate them into off-peak storage capacity. An idealized view of the energy use may look like this. With good generation and load forecasting, renewables can make up a large part of the electric grid, especially if power stored during off-peak hours could be used during the day. This would also reduce need for expensive power from gas generators. This may require incentivizing homeowners to use power more efficiently during peak hours by having real-time pricing based on demand. There has been talk that mobile phone companies will work with energy providers to give this real-time pricing. Outlets in the home can be outfitted with voltage and current transformers to give the homeowner data on how much energy they use, or it can be done centrally in power electronics, right where the fuse box would have been. Then this information can be communicated to a household computer where homeowners can make decisions about their energy use using real-time pricing. Right now the transmission systems are controlled by large regional operators, but there is some hope that a smart grid could be implemented such that each component can track its power consumption and generation and look for local faults. In this way, the power system could become more like the internet, with control distributed among generators and users alike. This could mean shorter downtimes, avoiding major outages through controlled response, and some ability for self-healing. A distributed control system also has the potential to make the grid more secure against cyber attack, which has become a major concern with the advent of cyber warfare. In a day when Iran claims to take down U.S. drones using cyber attacks, security of our electric system needs to be considered a top priority.
We hope